PSCL Baseball live from historic Palm Springs Stadium. Cole Pavelio and Jason Sinelli alongside you this morning. As we have the Bombers versus China this morning, both teams coming in as a 3-11 record. So both teams looking to leave today with their fourth win of the season. Beautiful day for some PSCL baseball. Here in the Coachella Valley, it's under 90, so it's a perfect day to start your day with off some baseball here today. 350 to the corners here in Palm Springs Stadium, 400 dead center. The Bombers will be batting first, sending out a lineup of Reese Vosser, Joe Licari, and Joe Barros. That's 1, 2, and 3. Daniel Jenkins, Joe Thornton, Bobby Irving, and Caden Agenbraden. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Harry Collick, Michael Carlin, and Nathan Wilson rounds off the order for the Bombers. He'll be facing off against Lu Shua and the China team. The fielding arrangement for China: Hao Yin is the battery mate for Lu Shua. Hao Shin, Wei Shin, He Shin, and Yu Town is the infield. The outfield: Stevenson, Ji Chi, and Jane Fung is the outfield left to right. Cole Pavelio and Jason Sinelli alongside you this morning to get your day started with some PSCL baseball. We're just about finishing up week 3. Both teams with the record of 3-11. First one lifted by Vosser, left field. Stevenson charging on for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out to get the day started for Liu Shua.
Yeah, Liu, southpaw for Team China. First starter of the PSCL. He's came in 4 2/3 innings of work in 2 games. 3 strikeouts, 6 walks out of 26 batters faced. Not a big strikeout guy, but as you see on the first batter, a guy who likes to get quick outs.
Joe Licari now up to bat. Licari, the center fielder today for the Bombers. Schwal leg kicks and fires. It was mishandled by Hao Yin. Ball below the knees. So a 1-0 count to Licari.
Licari, 13 hits for the Bombers. Second on the team, only behind Reese Vassar.
1-0 count from Schwa is outside. So quickly 2-0 to Licari. Hao Yin behind the dish as the battery mate for Liu Shua. 2-0 count. Shua works from the stretch. Right down the middle of the rubber, delivers a 2-0. A swinging strike, 2-1 now to Joe Licari. Two-one count, 1 out. Defense in their regular positions, 2-1 and a 2-2 count now after another swinging strike by Licari.
Yeah, good pitch right there from Liu, taking something off it, and now has the batter guessing, now down 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Licari from Corbin University and a 2-2 count. Schwa looking for his first strikeout to start the day. 2-2 is in there for a strikeout. First strikeout of our PSCL down here on the main field for out number 2. Joe Barros up to bat now. Looking to avoid a 3-up and 3-down inning. He'll have a tough task against Liu Shua. Liu Shua. Shua appears in. Gets the sign he likes from Hao Yin. Delivers the 0-0 to Barros, and it's well outside. 1-0. A 1-0 to Barros. It's inside and almost hits Barros actually, and goes to 2-0. Barros 6 foot 195 in that right hand batter's box. Watches ball 3. Barrows from Hartnell College, an outfielder and pitcher, so a two-way player. Playing left field today, 3-0. And their first strike, 3-1.
Yeah, Barrows so far in PSCL just a 286 on-base percentage, but would love to get on here, try and get a 2-out rally going for the Bombers.
2-1 from Schwa is upstairs, and it was indeed a 3-1 count, and a walk there for Joe Barrows to avoid a 3-up and 3-down inning. For the Bombers, Daniel Jenkins now up to bat. Right fielder today. For the Bombers, Jenkins from Mount San Antonio College, coming in at 5'11", 175. First pitch to Jenkins, popped up right field. Charging on is the right fielder Jane Fung, but called off by Hushin. For out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on. One left on. For the Bombers, through the top half of the first. It's 0-0 in MLB China, due up next here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Back here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network is MLB China due up. They're sitting out a lineup of He Shin, Shangji Chi, and Owen Stevenson is the top of the order. Liu Chung Shin, Zheng Shin, Wang Yu Tun is their heart of the order, and then Tai Jane Feng, Dong Han Yao, Dong Hao Shin, and Chen Jae Hun rounds off the order for MLB China. Facing Cole McMahon on the mound for the Bombers. First pitch from McMahon is upstairs to Hushin. Hushin, the second baseman today for MLB China. 1-0 count from McMahon is outside, goes to 2-0. Caden Angebraden, the catcher, and the battery mate for Cole McMahon. 2-0 is well outside, goes 3-0. The defense behind McMahon, Wilson, Vosser, Carlin, and Thornton is the infield. The outfield from left to right, Barrows, Lakari, and Jenkins. 3-0 in there for a called strike to Hushin to avoid a leadoff walk. 3-1 now to MLB China's second baseman. McMahon delivers the 3-1 in there for a strike. Hushin thought that was a walk, but he'll go have to retrieve his bat as he threw it away, starting to trot down to second base or first base to make that.
He one of the 3 China hitters are double digits.
Full count, and there is the leadoff walk. Caden Angebraden thought he framed that a little bit better. It looks like he was a little not happy with the call. Irregardless, runner on first, Sung Ji Chi up to bat, the center fielder today for MLB China. First pitch to Ji Chi is out of the zone, 1-0 count.
Yeah, he continuing to do what he's done, and that's 7 walks now, second for Team China.
McMahon gets the sign he likes, checks on Shin. Multiple checks, delivers the 1-0 upstairs under the hands to Ji Chi. Now 2-0. It looks like they're checking on Caden Angebraden. Had the off day behind the dish, was the DH for the Bombers. Obviously dealing with something on his glove hand as he goes back into the dugout, possibly switching gloves. It looks like Bobby Irving is coming in to catch, so we'll have to see if Angebraden's day is done or if this is just a defensive replacement.
Yeah, I mean, you see the trainer going there immediately, going over to talk to Angebraden. Looks like something with his hand, maybe wrist. You see it already taped up, so you wonder whatever it was might have been re-aggravated. But, yeah, it definitely looks like Irving will be taking over the rest of the way.
So Bobby Irving behind the dish now for the Bombers, caught yesterday. So back-to-back days of being a catcher for the Bombers now. Typically in the PSCL you have a team of multiple catchers so you can platoon them throughout the week and throughout the season. Two-0 count with Bobby Irving now entering as the catcher.
Will Macareno and John DeCesar, the umpire crew for this first game.
Pick off attempt back in there safely is Hushin. So now Bobby Irving's got to get synchronized with Cole McMahon on what the signs are, what McMahon works with. Obviously, this deep into the season, he's likely worked with him already a few times. 3-0 count now after the last one to G-Chi, who's outside. Time called is Wilson over at third was, I believe, having to tie his shoe again. The 3-0 from McMahon. In there for a called strike on the edge. Goes to 3-1.
And you're seeing the China hitters so far with their patience at the plate, recognizing that McMahon hasn't been around the zone so far, had a 5-pitch walk first at bat, and it's one ball away from doing that again.
3-0 count from McMahon. Shin taking off for second base, but it'll be a moot point as he would have advanced anyways on the walk to Shang Chi. Back-to-back walks given up by McMahon. Now Owen Stevenson up to bat. Defense looking for a 2-ball here. Swing and a miss by Stevenson for strike one. First time McMahon's been ahead of a hitter. Here to start the day. McMahon checks on the runners. Pop up by Stevenson. Drifting back all the way to the outfield. Called off by Jenkins, and he'll field it for out number one. Trying to gun down Hao Shin, who took off for third. So runners at the corners now after the pop out.
Yeah, that's a good job right there for McMahon to settle down, not let the moment get too big and out of hand. Makes a good quality pitch. Gets a shallow fly ball, but how about the base running from he, able to tag up an extra 90 feet, and now you have a runner on the corners, as you mentioned, with one out, and Judge has a chance to bring home the first run.
Leo Chung-shin goes by Judge as he wears the number 99. Runners at the corners with one out. Chung-shin watches the first one in the dirt. 1-0 count to Chung-shin. McMahon sets at the belt, leg kicks and delivers the 1-0 in their first strike, 1-1 now. One count as Chung-shin digs back in. McMahon ready to go. Checks the runner on first. Steps off. Edgar Braden, apparently from the trainer's tent, he doesn't have that tape on his left wrist anymore, so day likely done for Edgar Braden. Fouled off left side. Wilton looking for it, but didn't have the side of it. Goes to a 1-2 count.
Yeah, you have your first lefty-lefty matchup. It's McMahon on the mound, so definitely try and go with something low and away here. Maybe a secondary pitch, try and get him to expand.
1-2 count, runners taking off. Hard chopper straight to Thornton. He'll just step on first. A run does score. And going over to third now is Ji Chi. And he's over on third on a smart base running play on the run scored. RBI for Chung-shin on the 3 unassisted for the second out.
Yeah, good aggressive base running early on for China. Good job for Bieber. He's able to recognize that the first baseman kind of fell asleep, just touched the bag. He's about to give it back to his pitcher, takes the extra 90 feet.
2 outs now for Junwei Shin. And Cole McMahon looking to get out of this inning, just allowing 1. Ji Chi on third. And their for a called strike to Wei Shin. An 0-1 count from McMahon is outside, evens it up 1-1.
Yeah, walks coming back to bite McMahon early on in the first, but see if he's able to dig deep and just limit the damage to 1.
It's a 2-1 count pop-up by Wei Shin. Drifting back is Vassar, and it's called off by Barros for out number 3. 1 run, no hits, no errors, 1 left on for MLB China. They lead it through 1-0 here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching. Rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bombers 5, 6, and 7 due up. Joe Thornton, Bobby Irving, and Caden Ager-Braden. Will be Caden Ager-Braden's spot at least. Joe Thornton, the leadoff batter, though. The first baseman today for the Bombers. Thornton from Spokane Falls Community College. Launches the first one upstairs. 6'2", 195 for Thornton. And a 1-0 count. Open stance. Bat resting on the shoulder, waving it around a bit. Pops it up on the infield. Wei Shin calls it off on the infield for out number 1. So another quick first out for the Bombers.
Yeah, still looking for your first hit, obviously. Or still early in the game, but good job so far for the Southpaw.
Bobby Irving due up now. Was listed as one of the DHs to start the morning. Watches the first pitch for a called strike on the outer half. Looks like Caden Ager-Braden will be batting, so good to see that he's well enough to stay in the game as a batter. Likely just a switch between him and Irving. Pop up left side. Irving knows it's going to be caught, and it is caught by Hao Shin. So 2 quick outs for the Bombers. Caden Ager-Braden up to bat now.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of soft contact, but you're seeing the Bombers hitters so far trying to uppercut a lot, and that's why you're seeing a lot of those pop-ups.
Ager-Braden from Desert Christian here in the Coachella Valley. First one to Ager-Braden. He's outside.
And a good sign to still see him swinging the bat, obviously coming out last inning, but still able to at least swing the bat and try and help his ball club out.
Good defensive catcher that exited the game defensively. Swings to even the count 1-1. 6'2", 220 for Ager-Braden. Liu Schwa fires the 1-1 upstairs. Goes to 2-1.
And there's always a strategy here in this PSCL as far as playing every day, trying to manage your pitching staff the best you can, and usually those ball clubs are able to be successful.
Now a 3-1 count after the last one was downstairs. Liu Schwa looking to avoid the first base runner here in the second. Gave up a walk in the first as well. 3-2 count after Ager-Braden missed the ball. Full count. Schwa looking for the strikeout. Delivers the full count, and it slides inside, and Ager-Braden draws The second walk for the Bombers. Harry Colick now. The extra hitter today.
Yeah, good job there from Agerbatten to lay off a secondary pitch there on the full count offering. And usually a lot of hitters will chase there with a 2-strike count, but able to lay off and get on base.
Colick from Dakota College at Bottineau. Watches the first one outside. 1-0 count. To the extra hitter today for the Bombers. 5'8", 160, and a 1-1 count now. Schwar gets the sign he likes in the 1-1 count, delivers the 1-1, popped up by Colick. Drifting back is Hush Shin all the way to shallow right field. He'll field it for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on for the Bombers. We head to the home half of the second here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network as MLB China due up again.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
MLB China due up now. 6, 7, and 8 due up. Set to face Cole McMahon. First pitch called strike on the outer edge by Cole McMahon to Wong Yu Tun for an 0-1 count. McMahon working ahead the batter, 0-1, fouls it off. 0-2 quickly. 0-2 count. Man looking for a strikeout here. The 0-2 up and tight. Goes to 1-2. One-two count. Man delivers a chopper. Left side, that rolls over the bag, and Yu Tun will have an infield single. A little slow roller.
And that's just perfect placement off the bat. A ball hit off the end of the bat there down that left side of the line. As it goes fielded by the third baseman for the Bombers, and Wilson hits off the bag. That's a tough play for any third baseman to make, and it's an infield single.
Ty Jane Fong up to bat now. It's up under the hands, 1-0. One 0 count from McMahon. Chopper left side, about the same place. Wilson goes the short way for the lead runner for the fielder's choice. Get the lead runner out, number 1.
Yeah, it's a good play there by Wilson, as you mentioned, Cole. Pretty much the same exact spot. This time, you see him make the adjustment. Instead of waiting back on it, this time he comes up on it, fields it just in front of the bag, and is able to get that lead runner out to keep him out of scoring position.
Dong Hao Yin up to bat now. 1 out. McMahon tries to pick off Jane Fung, but he's back in there safely. Upstairs for McMahon goes the 1-0 count. Count with 1 out. McMahon delivers a strike, 1-1 now. From McMahon. Taking off for second is Jane Fung, and he's kind of in a pickle, but he reaches safe lead to second base.
Yeah, good heads-up base running right there. Potentially caught in trouble, but instead of hesitating as a runner, he just keeps going and is able to steal that extra 90.
1-1 count to Hao Yin now. McMahon delivers the 1-1 up under the hands, 2-1.
And what McMahon's done well is when he's been around the zone, he hasn't had a hard hit ball hit off him yet this game, but again, falling behind on hitters, and that's been putting him in a hole.
2-1 from McMahon, lasered foul. Ends it up 2-2. Two count. And their first strikeout. First strikeout of the day for McMahon for out number 2. Dong Hao Shin up to bat now. Number 9 batter for MLB China, the third baseman today. First one from McMahon is outside, 1-0. Count from McMahon is back outside. 2-0. As McMahon is missing glove side right now. Or arm side, make that 2-0. 2-0 delivery, and they're for a strike as it slides in. Two-one count coming up from McMahon. Checks the runner, delivers the 2-1. Chopper left side, fielded on a few hops by Vosser. He gets it over to first for the out. No runs, no hits. 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for MLB China. The Bombers due up next year on PSCL Baseball Network.
2 locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you
Back here for the top of the third. Jason Snelly just here with you guys for right now as we advance to that top half of the third. Bombers back up to the plate, trailing 1-0, still looking for their first hit. It's Carlin's second baseman, Nathan Wilson, and Reese Vassar. First pitch, cut on and miss on the breaking ball. Took something off there. Good changeup from what we've seen, a good outing so far for the China Southpaw, Jaden Liu. Here's the 0-1. Cut on and miss, strike 2. And what you're seeing right now, you're seeing the change of speeds, you're seeing the depth to the pitch. And I wouldn't be surprised if he triples up on the breaking ball, realizing that Carlin's been ahead on the first 2 pitches. Here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch, did he go? He did not. Borderline call there, and the batter thought he did go. You see him already kind of starting to walk back to the dugout, but first base umpire John DeCesar didn't think he went. So a ball and 2 strikes the count. 1-2 out of the windup. Blue delivers. Got him on the breaking pitch. Back to the changeup. Gets the strikeout for the first down here in the top of the third. So 1 away here in the top of the third for Nathan Wilson. Bombers hot corner here this morning. China lead 1-0 here over the Bombers. First pitch to Wilson. That misses up and away, 1-0. And it's all about consistency as a team. When, as far as what McMahon's been able to do so far in this ballgame, he's done a great job. He's only allowed 1 hit, 1 run. Hasn't allowed a couple free passes that obviously resulted in the first run for China. But as far as the offense for the Bombers, I want to see him start clicking here. Obviously, the number 10 hitter coming up and the leadoff man on deck, about to have the second time through the batting order. So the next one, again, misses upstairs. 2-0 the count here to Wilson. Delivery. And he lifts a high, towering pop-up into the infield. Who's going to take charge? Coming on and making the grab for out number 2. Good play there from Hunter He for the second out. So 2 outs quickly in order here in the top of the third, and that will bring up Reese Vassar. Vassar 0 for 1, flew out to left in his first at bat as the first one just misses the upper quadrant of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes to the count. Vassar, the team leader in hits for the Bombers. 15 for 38, a .395 batting average. And next one takes way upstairs, and that sails to the backstop. 2-0 here, the count. Out of the windup is Louis delivers, and he misses low and away, and then now it's 3-0. Again, no hits for the Bombers, but they've been able to draw 2 walks, 1 in each inning so far. And in those innings, it's all been when after the first 2 hitters have gone on base, or have gotten out, as the next one does catch the corner, 3-1. Might have a little deja vu yet again. couple of those walks as well have been on a 3-1 count, as we have right here. So hitters count here 3-1 to Vassar. Here's the 3-1. Good breaking pitch, catching the inside corner. And the count will run full to 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up here. Joe Licari waiting on deck. Lou out of the lineup, the 3-2. Cut on and miss for strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning. Strikes out 2 in the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Still China leading 1-0.
Ten 1-2 due up for MLB China as we've got a score update from the backfield. It's the Rush and the Blue Sox going at it. And it's 0-0 in the bottom of the fourth between the Rush and the Blue Sox.
And that's a good matchup right there. Two of the top teams in the PSCL battling it out.
The Blue Sox 11-2 on the season. The Rush 8-6. That would be a big loss. And that one's hit straight back up the middle, right past McMahon's ear. A hit there for Chinjiro Ho. A little bit of watch your lips.
Yeah, in 3 straight innings, China's been able to get the leadoff runner on. See if they're able to add to their 1-0 lead now here in the home half of the third.
When you get those leadoff runners on, it forces the pitcher into a protective arsenal, essentially, or defensive, trying to get easier outs, and then a swinging strike right there for Hush Shin. So, good bounce back pitch for strike 1 for Cole McMahon. Both these teams are 3-11. Come away with a big win to bolster their season standing. 1-1 count now after the last one was in the dirt. Hush Shin walked and came around to score the lone run so far in this game between MLB China and the Bombers. 1-1 from McMahon is upstairs, goes to 2-1. MLB China's had a rough go here in the PSCL season. Only scoring 57 runs in 14 games. The 2-1 from McMahon is upstairs, goes to 3-1. But that run total in their standings overall really doesn't rightfully showcase what this team can do and how good of a team they are. They just haven't figured out how to put it together yet. The 3-1 popped up by Hush Shin. Drifting back is the first baseman, Thornton, and he calls everyone off for out number 1. Sungji Chi walked and was stranded on third to end the first. Then you look at the Bombers. In the Northern Division, they've allowed 93 runs and scoring just 54. So another team that's on hard times currently. McMahon pickoff attempt, and Thornton has to pull himself off the bag to keep that one from going out into right field.
Yeah, he does a good job right there. He had to kind of jump over the runner as he's sliding back in, able to help his pitcher out.
Both these teams over their last 10 are 3-7. First pitch from McMahon to Ji-Chi. Breaking ball that doesn't snap enough. Stays upstairs for a 1-0 count. McMahon delivers the 1-0, and it's chopped foul right at the dish. Evens up the count, 1-1. 1-1 count coming up as Ji-Chi digs back in. Open stance. Wide open stance, the 1-1. McMahon, long pause, he delivers. That one almost slides past Irving, but Irving slid and got it. 2-1. McMahon working quickly. Quick check of the runner, delivers the 2-1, a breaking ball that dips too low this time. 3-1.
And this is a dangerous count here, continuing to fall behind in batters. Trying to get back in the count, make some quality pitches. We haven't really seen him work north to west.
3-1 is too low to Ji-Chi, so that's runners on first and second now as it's Shen Zhao-hun on second. Ji-Chi on first, and Owen Stevenson. The big-bodied Owen Stevenson up to bat now, coming in about 6'4", probably 220-ish. First pitch to Stevenson, up under the hands. 0-1 count now. Or a 1-0 count, make that. Stevenson homered yesterday. He hits that one hard back up the middle. A hard grounder coming home to score is Zhao Hu. Then runners going to third, and Owen Stevenson advancing to second on the throwing error, and that one goes all the way into the dugout. So 2-run score for MLB China on the single RBI by Owen Stevenson.
Yeah, single RBI and 2 runs scoring on the play, and he's all the way to third because of that throwing error. He's coming in from the center fielder for the Bombers, and Joe Licari and Nathan Wilson wasn't able to handle it. Now we have a discussion between the Bombers manager trying to talk it over on what happened.
I believe the Bombers manager is trying to say that the runners shouldn't get the extra 90 feet, but it's a moot point. As Stevenson on third, Liu Sheng Shin up to bat now. Just one out for Chung Shin. We mentioned earlier he goes by Judge. He wears the number 99. Breaking ball in there for a strike to Chung Shin. I think we've got to see McMahon lean on that breaking ball a little bit more. Because when it catches the zone, it's upsetting the timing of these hitters, and back to a fastball for an 0-2 count.
Especially when you have a lefty-lefty matchup. Obviously, tough matchup for any hitter as a left-hander. Seeing the angle of a southpaw, especially when a breaking ball is going away.
0-2 count to Chung Shin, and there's a strikeout for McMahon. It's a drop third strike, and Irving completes the 2-3 put out just in time. That was a bang-bang play. Irving made it a lot closer than it originally would have been.
Yeah, and a good job for Judge hustling down the line. And, yeah, you mentioned Irving really just taking his time. I don't know if it was a brain fart, but, I mean, it almost costed his pitcher there and out.
The bat might have gone in his way. It kind of was around the feet of Irving, so good play by Irving to keep his footing and get the out, all with the wherewithal. 1-0 count, Wei Shin now after the first pitch missed. McMahon delivers inside. Wei Shin had to slide out of the way, 2-0. McMahon working from the third base side of the rubber. And the 2-0 count. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and there's that good breaking ball that McMahon's been firing occasionally. Seems like every time he does fire it, it's in there for a strike. The 2-1. 3-1 count now.
And that's a pitch that's all over the strike zone and just unable to get the call. Another good breaking pitch right there.
3-1 inside to Wei Shin. That's runners at the corners now for McMahon and Wong Yu Tun, the first baseman today for MLB China. First pitch to Yu Tun, lifted center field. That one will drop down. Stevenson will score. Round in for third here is Wei Shin. That's runners back at the corners on an RBI single for Yu Tun. Makes it a 4-0 game for MLB China. Stevenson was the one to score after he reached on his own RBI single, and he advanced all the way to third on a throwing error.
Yeah, good job there. It wasn't hit all that hard, but able to put the ball in play, and now a defensive replacement coming in for the Bombers. Looks like Caden
Agerbrad is going to left field. So he actually started as catcher if you're just now joining us, but he's going out into left field now for Joe Barros. So learn a new position in the middle of a game is essentially the task now for Agerbraden. First pitch inside to Jane Fung. Don't know if Agerbraden's ever played the outfield, but he's not listed as an outfielder, so we'll have to presume that he hasn't played outfield in quite some time. 1-0's inside to Jane Fung, quickly 2-0. And what a moment to learn left field here in the middle of a game.
Especially in the middle of an inning. It's obviously time called there. All right, the Bombers manager trying to get some more warm-up tosses.
For Joe Barros, I do believe, as that's number 9. Warming up in the Bombers bullpen, it is Joe Barros, so that's why Agerbraden went to the outfield. At this time of the PSCL season, everyone's dealing with a few bumps and bruises to varying degrees, and so you've got to make defensive adjustments. And guys might be playing out of position and playing a position they haven't played in quite some time. Got Agerbrad in left field now for Joe Barros, who's warming up in the bullpen. For the Bombers as the Bombers down 4-0 in a 2-0 count. 2 out. Ty Jane Fung, right fielder for MLB China, up to bat. McMahon still on the mound for the Bombers.
We saw the Bombers yesterday play from behind against the Haymakers, down 6-0. They were able to put up a 6 spot, even though they did lose in extras. This game's not over, and they got a lot of fight in them.
2-0 from McMahon, a breaker. Just misses the corner, 3-0. Looking for a strike here to not load the bases. 3-0 count from McMahon, in there for a strike. Jane Fung thought about going around as he held up, though. Strike call nonetheless.
That's a good pitch right there. It looks like a cutter running in there on the right-handed batter.
3-1 from McMahon. Delivers inside, and that loads the bases for MLB China. And Dun Hao Yin up to bat with them loaded now.
Yeah, 5 walks now issued for McMahon in just his 3rd inning of work, trying to get out of it. And big base loaded jam here.
First pitch to Hao Yin, popped foul. Hao Yin struck out last inning in his first appearance. Would be a big strikeout here for Cole McMahon. 0-1, leg kick delivers outside. Irving thought about checking down, but Thornton wasn't close enough for him to backpick attempt of Jane Fung. Even count of 1-1. 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss by Hao Yin for strike 2. 1 strike away now to working out of the jam, just allowing 3 here in the 3rd. Would be a big strikeout. 1-2. Popped up right side, shoots foul. Keeps count at 1-2.
Yeah, McMahon looking for that put-out pitch here. Trying to limit the damage. China up 4-0, 3 in the inning, but another base hit here could score a pair.
1-2 McMahon sets, pauses, delivers, breaking ball, chops right side. Thornton fields it on a hop, and he steps on first for the 3rd out. China scores 3 on 1 hit. No errors, 3 left on. MLB China leads it 4-0 through 3 full here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Bombers due up here at the top of the 4th. Joe Lucari, Joe Barros, and Daniel Jenkins. It's been a very effective outing so far for Lu Shua. Been about 100 pitches for overall for MLB China since they've allowed contact. That's been any sort of hard contact. That one's upstairs to Lucari, 1-0 count. Schwa, leg kick, fires upstairs. 2-0 count to Lu Schwa. Outfield playing for a pull. The 2-0 count from Schwa in their first strike. Working on the inner part of the plate to influence a pull to help the defense out. 2-1 count. No outs. Top of the fourth. MLB China's up 4-0, and his last one upstairs goes to 3-1 to Joe Licari.
Yeah, you need that leadoff base runner here if you're trying to come back in this ball game here, trailing by 4, and it all starts with that first hitter of the inning.
3-1 is upstairs, just above the letters. Licari draws the walk, and there it is, Jace, that leadoff runner. Now the Bombers just got to get him around any way possible to start digging into this 4-run lead that MLB China has.
And now you just need to really put some hard contact on the ball. As we mentioned, hasn't allowed a ball over 74 exit velocity. It's been pitching really good so far.
Barros, check swing called strike. For strike one. 0-1 count to Barros. Hands held high by Joe Barros. Pickoff attempt back in there safely as Licari, as he was drawing the eye of Lu Schwa.
Yeah, he got a super big lead over there and was lucky to get back.
Might just be trying to upset the timing of Lu Schwa. Quickly delivers the 0-1, a check swing. Says he went around for Joe Barros. 0-2 in a hole now. Daniel Jenkins due up next. Joe Thornton would follow. 0-2 count to Barros. Pickoff attempt. Licari just takes a step back in there safely. Another pickoff attempt, and Licari once again diving back in safely. Keeps it at 0-2 as there's not been a pitch delivered yet. Again to Joe Barros. Schwar gets the sign he likes as he peers in. Sets another pickoff attempt. They're really keeping a close eye over on Joe Licari. They must think that the Bombers are trying for a hit and run here in an 0-2 count. The 0-2 delivered. Barros strikeout swinging at one in the dirt for out number one. Maybe it was all just a ploy to upset Barros' timing at the dish. All those pickoff moves. Daniel Jenkins up to bat now. Jenkins on the day. Popped out in the first inning. Schwa, another pickoff attempt. Licari back in there safely again. Keeping a really close eye on Joe Licari. Licari does possess some speed. First pitch here to Jenkins. Above the letters. 1-0 count. And I understand that Licari, even with possessing some speed, eventually you've got to go after the batters. No one warming up for China, so this really is just trying to keep the speed of Licari in check and avoid the Bombers to start taking flight on the base pass. The 1-0 from Schwa inside. 2-0 now to Daniel Jenkins. Two-0 count. Here for Jenkins. Schwa. Short motion delivers, spikes it in front of Hao Yin. And Licari, after all those pickoff moves, gets to second base. Just like that. 3-0 count now, Jenkins. We might see Schwa give up a walk here to make that double play opportunity come back. 3-0 Schwa. Sets and delivers, and that one's well upstairs, and the double play back in is an option for MLB China against the Bombers.
Yeah, not the worst thing after the wild pitch. Now you're back in that double play death, but also you have a lefty-lefty matchup now here with the hitter Thornton up.
Time is called as mound visit being made here as player does start to go get warmed up for MLB China, and that is none other than Lee Wen-pol. The right-hander warming up for MLB China now, and that would really change up everything for the Bombers as they've been facing a left-handed pitcher, and they would have to get a new release point on Wen-pol. Right now it's Lu Schwa versus Joe Thornton. Thornton popped out in the second. Runners on first and second for the Bombers. First pitch to Thornton's in there for a strike on the inner half. Jenkins on first, really being guarded by Yu-Tun. The 0-1 slides outside, and the dirt. Good stop by Hao Yin. 1-1 count. 1-1 count. 4-0 game. MLB China leads it here in the top of the fourth. Pitch just outside from Lu Schwa. 2-1 count here for Joe Thornton. Could be a big walk if Thornton could draw this and load the bases for the Bombers. 2-1 from Schwa upstairs. Forces Thornton to bend out of the way. Is that one right under the chin. 3-1 count now.
Yeah, this is a big at bat right here. Hitters count 3-1. Cleanup hitter Thornton up, trying to get not only the first hit for the Bombers, but a hard contact hit as well.
Looking to load the bases if he doesn't get the hit. 3-1 from Schwa. Hit back up the middle. Fielded, bouncing off of a hop off of Jay Shin. That will score 1 run. Thornton going to second. A second run coming home. And it's a 4-2 game. The Bombers cut into the deficit 4-2. That's an E6. So Thornton doesn't get credited with RBI or a hit.
Yeah, that
2 runs do score.
Yeah, that's a play that's got to be made there from the shortstop Alex. I mean, a ball that wasn't hit all hard right at him, and instead of staying down as an infielder, he just comes up and thinks it's going to jump back up, play him on a hop, and he jumps up, and it just goes right under his legs and just a costly error, and it lets the Bombers cut the lead in half now, 4-2.
4-2 game. Bobby Irving watches his first pitch. He popped out back in the second. But a 4-2 game, and Bombers still looking for their first hit. 1-0 count to Irving. Schwa delivers. Spikes in front of the catcher. Thornton going for third, and he's on third base after the pitch was spiked. 2-0 count.
Yeah, a couple pitches later for the Bombers, you go from being down 4-0 to 4-2, and you have the third run just 90 feet away trying to cash in, and that's how quickly a game can get away from you.
2-0 count coming up. Caden Engelbradden on deck, 1 out. Irving watches one on the outer black, first strike, 2-1. 2-1 count. Schwa gets the sign that he likes. Leg kicks, delivers a 2-1. Ball above the letters. 3-1 to Bobby Irving. Caden Agerbrand up next. Harry Collick would follow. 3-1 from Lou Schwa, and that's outside. Runners at the corners now for the Bombers. Don't call it a rally just yet. Caden Agerbrand up to bat, and time is called. Looks like Lou Schwa's day might be done. Haven't seen an official move to the bullpen yet, and there it is, and Lou Schwa's day will be done. We'll get the new pitcher for MLB China as they lead it 4-2. Runners at the corners for the Bombers here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Lee Winpole now up to bat. Now pitching. For MLB China, he'll have to face Caden Agerbrand as his first opponent. It's runners at the corners for the Bombers. 1 out. 4-2 game. MLB China leads it here in the top of the 4th. Lou Schwa's day is done. Gave up 2 runs. Still, the Bombers looking for their first hit. Agerbrand on his day walked. Was stranded on first. He started the day as catcher. Was defensively replaced by Bobby Irving. First pitch coming up from Lee Winpole. Checks on Irving's runner. And that's Charlie Wooden. And inside, first pitch to Agerbrand. 1-0 count. Charlie Wooden, the runner for Bobby Irving on first. Joe Thurton on third. Winpole delivers the 1-0. Wooden taking off for second base. Hit and run was on, but it's foul for a 1-1 count.
Yeah, final line for starter Jaden for China. 3 1/3, faced 16 hitters, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, but no hits allowed. And obviously that error was costly for him to end his outing. But again, the 5 free passes, and we've seen the free passes as well from the starter McMahon for the Bombers. And just 4 hits total in this game, but 6 total runs.
1-1 hits Agerbrand. And bases now loaded for the Bombers.
And again, still no hits in the ball game for the Bombers, but they've had 2 runs this inning, and now they have the bases loaded with still just 1 out.
Harry Colick up to bat now. He popped out in the second. If he could put a ball in play, even if it's into the outfield, it would score a run for the Bombers. The first pitch to Colick. Good stop by Hao Yin. Might have been crossed up there a bit. 1-0 count. One out. 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss by Harry Colick as he was looking for a fastball and swung through an off speed. 1-0 count. 1-1 count, actually. Another swing and a miss by Harry Colick. Swung through another fastball. One, two. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Harry Colick goes down swinging for out number 2. And Michael Carlin got to put something in play now. Bases still loaded for the Bombers. They don't want to have to be called back to the dugout after scoring 2 and then stranding them loaded. Fouled off to MLB China's dugout by Carlin. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 count. 1 pull delivers, and that one's up behind the head of Carlin. 1-1. Carlin had to bend out of the way. To avoid getting hit. If he did get hit, though, that would have scored a run. On the 1-1 count. That one's well outside. Hao Yin did a good job to slide on over to keep it to going from the backstop. 2-1 count now. Carlin ready to go. Lee Win Pole delivers the 2-1 chopper left side, and it's just foul by a few feet. Almost took out Joe Thornton with it, though. Now 2-2.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest pitch of the game here for Team China. Only leading 4-2, tying run at second. Big pitch upcoming here.
2-2 count. Win Pole delivers the 2-2. Fly ball left side, and a can of corn for Owen Stevenson as he glides under it for out number 3. 2 runs, no hits, 1 error, 3 left on for the Bombers. MLB China leads at 4-2 as we head to the home half of the 4th here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning three-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Nine, 10, and 1 due up for MLB China. And a swinging strike by Dong Hao Shin. 4 strike 1. Cole McMahon still out there for the Bombers as they're down 4-2. Another swinging strike. Quickly 0-2 to Hao Shin. Ja Hun would be next. Hao Shin will follow. 2 arms now warming up for MLB China. That one's outside from Cole McMahon, 1-2 now. And a righty, Joe Barros, warming up for the Bombers. 1-2 count outside, 2-2 now. Bottom of the order for MLB China, 8, 9, and 10. So far has gone 1 for 4. A full count now to Hao Shin. Full count from McMahon is just outside. Irving trying to frame it, but doesn't get the call. For a walk. We've got a score update from the backfield. The rusher up over the Blue Sox, trying to upset the top of the standings team because it's 1-0. That'd be a big upset for the Blue Sox.
Yeah, Blue Sox team that's super hot. Talking about scorching hot, and that Rush team obviously 8-6 coming in today, but they're better than their record shows, and they've been competing with a lot of good teams: Lumberjacks, A's, and now the Blue Sox.
Leo Chin Shi now running on first. Strike 1 to Ja Hun. Pickoff attempt. Runner back in there safely. The 0-1. Coming up from McMahon. Checks the runner a few times, delivers the 0-1. And it's fouled off the netting. Shin Ja Hun. And an 0-2 count. That one gets by Irving, and the runner takes off for second base, and it's a 1-2 count now to Ja Hun. Costly errors like that have been what's plaguing the Bombers' season.
Yeah, another wild pitch there, and now runner in scoring position with no outs here for China here in the 4th.
1-2, swinging strikeout. Irving completes the drop third strike. 2-3 put out. 4 out, number 1. Shin up to bat now. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a run scored. Runner on second for MLB China. The first pitch to Hush Shin popped up right side. Thornton going for it. Running out of room, but he'll field it in foul territory for out number 2. Shungji Chi up to bat now. Day Ji Chi is walked and scored a run. This is actually a pinch hitter now for MLB China.
Colin Wan looks like he's getting an opportunity here.
Second pitch is inside to Wan. One Ku Yin. 1-1 count. And that one's spiked by McMahon, 2-1. One Ku Yin. 2-1 count in his first appearance. Pinch hitting here for Shungji Chi. That one hits Ku Yin, and that's runners on first and second now for MLB China.
Yeah, just another free base, this time a hit by pitch, and that's just been the story here for McMahon all morning.
Time called by the Bombers, and it'll be a pitching change, so we'll take the break alongside them. As Cole McMahon's day is done, and Joe Barros will be coming in for the Bombers. We'll get you more information on him just a moment here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Hamburgers, all about.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Joe Barros now pitching for the Bombers. Runners on first and second. Barros' first task is to set down the ever-dangerous Owen Stevenson. First pitch to Stevenson just outside, 1-0. Stevenson on the day popped out to right field, and then an RBI single where he eventually scored after he reached third on an error. 1-0 from Barros. Big swing and a big miss by Owen Stevenson. Goes to 1-1 count. MLB China's 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. They lead it 4-2 over the Bombers. 1-1 to Stevenson. He's pulled outside. 2-1 now. Next up would be Chung Shin. Runners on first and second. That one hits Owen Stevenson, and that loads him for Leo Chung-Shun. Up to bat now. Back-to-back hit by pitches for MLB China.
And another free base runner gifted here to China. Do have 4 hits in the ball game compared to the Bombers' 0, but
Chung-Shin, also known as Judge, has an RBI on the day as well as a strikeout. Grounded out. Recorded an RBI on the fielder's choice. The first pitch well upstairs. Forces Chung-Shin to bend out of the way. 1-0 count.
6 walks issued for Bombers pitching and 2 hit by pitches. So 8 free bases here in this ball game, and sometimes that can make your defense fall asleep and not be on their toes.
That one's above the letters. Goes to 2-0 count. Barros hasn't been able to find the strike zone quite yet effectively.
And obviously a new arm coming in, all you're trying to do is throw strikes, and when you're not able to hit the strike zone, that's obviously an issue.
2-0 inside, and that one almost hits Chung-Shun. That would almost score a run for MLB China. Now 3-0. Barros got to fire a strike now. 3-0 in there for a strike.
That one almost at 80, and that's a good sign to finally hit the zone. 79 there on that one, and obviously the pitcher before in McMahon was living in the low 70s, definitely a decent velocity.
3-1 from Barros is well outside, and that walks in a run for MLB China. An RBI walk for Chung-Shun as Hao Shin trots on home 90 feet for the 5th run for MLB China. That's 3 straight batters that have reached first without a hit. 2 hit by pitches and now a walk. The base is still loaded. Another hit batter, and that's a RBI hit by pitch. As it's Ku Yin that goes home now. Makes it 6-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. It's Stevenson on third, Chung-Shin on second. Wei Shin on first after the hit by pitch. That's back-to-back RBIs. Essentially on free passes. That one's inside, almost hits Yu Tun. That would have been the 4th hit batter here in the 4th inning. Yu Tun on the day. Singled twice and an RBI for his tally. 1-0 to Yu Tun. On the inner black, called a strike.
And already see another arm get loose down there for the Bombers, Harris Robinson.
One. Big swing and big miss by Yu Tun. 1-2. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning are the Bombers. 1-2. Barros delivers. Big swing and a big miss. A big strike out there for Joe Barros. 2 runs. No hits. No errors. 3 left on for MLB China. They lead it 6-2 after 4 full innings here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
10, 1, and 2 spots due up here for the Bombers. Nathan Wilson's day is done as Charlie Wooten digs in. First pitch from Win Pole to Charlie Wooten. Underway. And Wooten check swing. Watches it below the knees for ball one. The 1-0 on the outer black as it snapped back in for a front door strike. 1-1 count here to Charlie Wooten from Beaumont, Texas. First baseman getting the day off for a start, and ball two is Hao Yin had a dive to get that out to one. Started yesterday, Charlie Wooten did, but as mentioned, got the nod to get a little bit of rest to start today's game. 3-1 now to him. He takes over for Nathan Wilson, who popped up back in the third. 3-1 to Wooten. That's a 5-pitch walk for Charlie Wooten off the bench. Now Reese Vosser digging in for the Bombers. Wooten's on first after the 5-pitch walk. Reese Vosser digging in. Vosser on the day 0 for 2 with the strikeout. The first pitch to Vosser. Hard chopper left side, fielded by Hao Shin. Goes to the second base. A 5-4 to 3 double play, and just like that, the base runner for the Bombers is eliminated.
Good pitch right there on the inner half. He's able to get the ground ball. Perfectly placed, 70 miles per hour on the pitch, and erases the walk just like that in a quick 2 outs.
Now Joe Licari up to bat. First pitch to Licari hits him on the shoulder, so he'll take first base. That's 2 times today that he's reached first. First time was via a walk last inning, and now a hit by pitch. Joe Barros started the day in left field. He's walked and struck out on his day. The first pitch from Win Pole, chopped right side on a check swing, but shoots foul about 30 feet away from first base. So an 0-1 count to Joe Barros. Daniel Jenkins would be next if the Bombers continue here in the 5th. The 0-1 up near the hands of Joe Barros. 1-1 now. Licari on first, and he was the guy when Lou Schwa was on the mound that they were continuously trying to keep near the bag. Licari eventually got to second and came around to score last inning. 2-1 count here to Barros. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 now to Joe Barros, and MLB China looking for an inning where they don't give up a run again after giving up a crooked number last inning. 2-2 count to Joe Barros. Runner taking off. Pitch outside. Licari is in there with a stolen base. Now a full count for Joe Barros.
Yeah, good job there by Licari. Gets the good jump and recognizing for China. Hunter, the second baseman, wasn't ready for the stolen base. Had to go a long way and was just lucky to catch the ball and prevent it from going into center field.
Full count is delivered outside. There's a walk for Joe Barros. Runners on first and second now for Daniel Jenkins. Jenkins on the day. 0 for 1. He's popped out. Then walked last inning, came around to score in that 2-run inning for the Bombers. As it's currently a 6-2 game, MLB China leads it. 2 outs here. Top of the 5th. Win Pole delivers a strike on the outer edge. Oh, 1 count to the right fielder, Daniel Jenkins. Win Pole sets under the chin, delivers, popped up right side, and it drifts foul out of reach of Yutun. 0-2 now to Daniel Jenkins. Joe Thornton on deck. Win Pole delivers one upstairs. 1-2. Wind not really a factor this morning here in Palm Springs Stadium. And a balk called on Win Pole, so the runners advance 90 feet. The pitch does not count on a 1-2 count now.
Yeah, balk, something we haven't seen a lot here in the PSCL, but happens every now and again, and that's a critical mistake if Jenkins able to provide the first run for the Bombers.
That one's upstairs, 2-2 count now. The Bombers still looking for that first hit. I know you were talking about, Jace, when you said it.
Yeah, meant to say first hit. Obviously, 2 runs on the board, no hits.
1-2, 2-2 actually, as it's lifted foul. Keeps it at 2-2, and it's one of those days for the Bombers where you find different ways to score runs even when you can't put bat to ball, but find ways to get the runs on the board regardless. 2-2 to Jenkins, and that one's stopped by Hao Yin. Caught a piece of the leather, so it kept it close enough to keep the runners from advancing. A full count, though, for Daniel Jenkins. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Wind starting to pick up a bit right to left. 3-2 from Win Pole is outside, and Jenkins swings through it for the strikeout in the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on for the Bombers. MLB China leads it 6-2 as we head to the home half of the 5th here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Families setting. You know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Seven, 8, and 9 due up for MLB China. Tai Jane Fong, Dun Hao Yi, Dong Hao Shin due up for MLB China facing Joe Barros. Barros' second pitcher will replace Cole McMahon. First pitch from Barros here. Right down the pipeline for a strike to Jane Fong, who waves the bat after the fact to just get a swing in. First and second playing rather close to each other. So big gap up the middle and a 1-1 count now to Jane Fong as Carlin playing a little deeper and a bit farther right as a chopper to the left side, fielded on a few hops by Vosser. He gets it over to Thornton for the first out. Seems like the first grounder we've seen in quite some time between either team.
Yeah, first time we've seen the Bombers pitching, able to get the leadoff hitter out to start an inning here against the China offense here this morning.
So we'll see what China does when they don't have a leadoff runner on. Dun Hao Yin up to bat now. Barros fires a strike high and tight for strike one. Dong Hao Shi due up next for MLB China. They lead it 6-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. 6 runs on 4 hits for MLB China. Is that one high and tight again, but a little bit higher and a little bit tighter. Goes to 1-1. Barros peers in, gets the sign he likes, sets at the chest, delivers from the stretch in there for a strike, 1-2. Barros always working from the stretch, is essentially a custom nowadays in baseball. So many pitchers don't even go through a windup. 1-2. High and tight and right under the hands. 2-2. Carlin a bit closer to home now at second base, but still playing over for a push from a right-handed batter. A full count now to Hao Yi. Hao Yi, the backstop for MLB China today. Full count from Barros. Swing and a miss, a strikeout for Joe Barros. For out number 2.
Yeah, good job from Barros so far in this inning. Flipping the script from last inning, coming in. Obviously hitting 2 batters and a walk. So far since that, 2 out of the last 3 outs have been strikeouts that he's recorded.
Got the strikeout pitch going. Now got to face Dong Hao Shin, third baseman today for MLB China. On the day, he's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. In there for a strike to Hao Shin. Barros looking for a quick inning here as his team is down 6-2, and we're nearing the time limit. The 0-1 poked left side, and that gets through the infield. There's a hit for MLB China. Dong Hao Shin reaching safely on the ball that was poked through the infield. First hit since back in the third for MLB China.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there. Fastball outer half at 79 and just sticks with the pitch. Goes the other way off the end of the bat and is able to get it through the 5-6 hole into left field.
Chin Ja Hun watches the first one outside from Barros. 1-0 count. The extra hitter today is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored and then a strikeout for his day. Watches that one right down the heart of the plate. 1-1. One count, runner on first. Vosser's looking for a 2-ball, and Carlin's still playing for a pull against the left-handed batter here, as that one's fouled off. 1-2 now. To Ja Hun. And Barros, one pitch away from sending it to the Bombers, top of the 6th.
Big pitch right here for Barros. Try and keep the game where it's at.
1-2. Barros sets and delivers. It's up above the letters. 2-2 now.
Game we'll have next for you on the broadcast, A's and Colonials.
We had that game yesterday as well, and that one went to extras. As there was nothing between those two teams yesterday. We'll see if it's the same thing today. 2-2 upstairs. Draws it full for Ja Hun.
Try and get a backfield update on the score between the Blue Sox and Rush when we can. Game should be wrapping up here pretty soon.
That game yesterday between the Colonials and the A's went 9 full innings. The Colonials took it 5-4. Now MLB China looking for a balk there as Barros spun off but didn't make a throw. Was a little bit of a weird move as he didn't complete the throw, and I think they're saying you gotta complete the throw when you spin off like that. A full count, fouled back.
But when you step off the rubber, you can do whatever you want. You can fake it. Obviously, that's not being a balk. When again you're stepping off the rubber, it looks like the game might have just ended. We're hearing excitement coming from the Rush dugout, so it looks like the Rush might have just upsetted the Blue Sox. Last score we had was 1-0, and wondering if that was the same final score.
Full count from Barros is delivered outside for Ja Hun. Back to the top of the order for Hushin now to bat. It looks like we'll have another pitching change here for the Bombers, and it looks like actually not quite yet, as Harris Robinson was starting to make his way out there towards the mound, and coach waving him off. And now we'll have a pitching change here for the Bombers. We'll have that new pitcher. More PSCL baseball coming up in just a moment here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching. Rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
MLB China is doing it their own way as they've scored 6 runs on 5 hits, a handful of walks and hit by pitches. Now facing Harris Robinson, the sidewinder for the Bombers. Runners on first and second for Robinson to face. First pitch from Robinson, and there for a strike. Harris Robinson from Garden City Community College, 6'2", 185. If you ever need a deception pitcher, one of the guys to go to is he's a true sidewinder, and he delivers strike 2 to Hush Shin. Looking to get the Bombers out of this jam real quickly from out of the bullpen. The 0-2 count. Robinson checks the runner. Delivers the 0-2. Lifted left field, and that one will drop down. 1 run will score as it's rounding third. For MLB China, a second run coming on home, and going all the way to third is Hush Shin as that one rolled all the way to the wall. A 2 RBI triple for Hush Shin. Makes it an 8-2 game for MLB China. For a minute there, you thought Robinson was going to get the Bombers out of this jam. Then Hush Shin decided to loop it into left field, and it got by Agabraden in left field. And rolled all the way to the wall, allowing 2 runs to score, and Hush Shin to go to third base.
And that might be the knocking punch here of this ball game. As far as the time limit is concerned, game starting at 9, 10:57, and almost out of time here, and a big 8-2 lead now for China here in the home half of the 5th.
The 1-0 pitch to Wan Ku-yin. There for a called strike.
It was a good swing as well there from Hunter He, and just obviously left field there for the Bombers, and Agabraden playing really shallow, and that's what caused that triple.
1-1 swing and a miss for Ku-yin. Robinson back to 1 strike away out of working out of this inning for the Bombers. 1-2. Robinson sets. The sidewinder delivers. Chopper right side. Fielded on a hop by Thornton. He steps on first base for the out. MLB China scores 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors. 1 left on. MLB China leads it 8-2. After 5 full innings here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
2 locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Bombers up to bat here at the top of the 6th as we've just crossed the 2-hour mark. Joe Thornton, Bobby Irving, and Caden Egebrand due up for the Bombers facing Lee Win Pole. It's the first pitch delivered outside of Joe Thornton, who's on the day. Pop out. And a walk where he was eventually stranded on third. Fouled that one off loudly, but 1-1 after the loud foul out. Or the loud foul. 1-1 count for Joe Thornton. Wide open stance. Hands behind the ear, the 1-1. Win Pole induces a pop out again into foul territory this time. Down the third base side, 1-2 count now for Thornton. Defense playing for Pole is Ji Chin in center field. About 10 steps to his left. That one's hit straight to Jin Chen in center field, but it's a big chopper. And it's a big hanger, and as it drops down for the first hit for the Bombers, and there goes the no-hitter. We thought we might see the first no-hitter in the PSCL, but Thornton right there drops a large lawn dart right in the heart of center field, and Ji Shin was playing back. Couldn't get there in time. For the first hit for the Bombers, Joe Thornton puts them in the hit column. Bobby Irving now up to bat. Launches the first one right down the middle, right down Main Street for a strike.
And we saw Joe Thornton actually in his last at-bat. He was the one that produced the first 2 runs of the ballgame for the Bombers, reaching on the air in his second at-bat.
The 0-1 just outside. How Yee was trying to frame that one. Goes to 1-all count for Bobby Irving, who's on the day, popped out and a walked. 1-1 to Bobby Irving. He loops that one left side and fielded on a line by Wei Shin for the first out. Just an atom ball straight to the glove of Wei Shin at short.
So Thornton's been most productive player for the Bombers. Even though he didn't get credit for the 2 RBIs on the air in the second at-bat, still drove both of them in and then provides the first hit for the Bombers here in this ballgame.
Egebrand watches the first one outside. And it's 1-1. Top of the 9th. Back on the backfield and a swing and a miss by Egebrand.
How about 3 extra inning games in the past 2 days? Had 2 yesterday here and both in this stadium. And the first one on the turf field in a 9-inning affair right now.
Breaking ball stays upstairs. Hovers around the head of Egebrand. 2-1 now to the man who started as the catcher. Moved to left field. It's been a long 2 days for the PSCL for a handful of teams. 2 full 9-inning games yesterday, now a full 9-inning game on the backfield, and it's not something you expect when you try to get as many games in as possible. And what you're seeing down the left field side is 2 MLB China players, both racing to see who gets to the foul ball first. To, I guess, who has the honor of delivering the foul ball back, but a little gamesmanship between the 2 MLB China players. Ball inside Egebrand. It seems like this MLB China team always finds a way to have fun, whether it's doing things like that, chasing down a foul ball as a race, or just cheering each other on. They always have a good time, MLB China. The full count to Egerbraden is in there for a strike, and Egerbraden thought he had a walk, but set down looking for strikeout number 2.
And going on that point, Cole, that's what baseball's all about. It's all about having fun. And when you're not having fun on the diamond, you're not as relaxed. And usually, obviously, you're more on your toes and you're not really playing the best of your ability. And when you're stressing, instead of just having fun, relaxing, and just letting the game come to you.
Harry Kollick up to bat now. Swings through the first one for strike 1. Kollick on the day. Pop out and a strikeout. 0 for 2.
It's a good changeup right there to start him off.
0-1 count. Kollick, chopper left side, fielded on a nice snag by Hao Shin. Gets it over to first in time. 4 out, number 3. The 5-3 put out if you're keeping score at home. No runs, no hits, no errors. Actually, 1 hit because the Bombers are in the hit column, and the game is being called. And what a game for MLB China as they win it 8-2, just allow the 1 hit. It looks like the Bombers want to keep going as the players do, but the game has been called as MLB China with the 6-run lead takes it 8-2, and the hands are being shooken now. What a pitching out in between Yi Schwa and Li Wen Pol for MLB China, just allowing the 1 hit. They had a no-hitter all the way up until this last inning. We thought we were going to see our first no-hitter, but Joe Thornton broke that up with a little looper into center field. And MLB China moves to 4-11. The Bombers go to 3-12. And Jace, that was an interesting game we just saw. Is MLB China really took advantage of all the free passes that they got, whether it was walks or hit by pitches. And then the Bombers in their own right took advantage of walks or hit by pitches to score their 2 runs.
Yeah, definitely one of the weirdest games you'll pretty much ever see. I mean, 7 total hits in the ballgame, 1 for the Bombers, 6 for China, but 10 runs. Obviously in an 8-2 in favor of China, and China picking up their 4th win now of the PSCL and have played better of late and have won 3 of their last 5 and are just trying to just go up each day and 1 game at a time, and Bombers will fall again and still at 3 wins.
So myself, Cole Pavelio, alongside Jay Cisnelli, will be back with you in just approximately 30 minutes for A's and Colonials. Jay Cisnelli will take us through that game. But until next time, from all of us at the PSCL Broadcasting Network, so long.